It's kind of a short one today, but that's okay. So supplier business reviews. Conduct business reviews with suppliers. And some people say monthly, but that's way too often. I'm thinking quarterly, on the phone, quarterly, and in person, and get them to come out here once a year. And this is just for your critical or strategic suppliers. And you might put some leverage ones in there too, or some bottleneck, but that's kind of up to you. Business review is periodic, structured meeting with strategic suppliers that is an important part of supplier relationship management. Primary purpose is to strengthen the business relationship and look at supplier's performance relative to its goals. Topics that you can cover are long-term strategic goals, changes in either organization, supplier performance relative to goals, which is usually what we're interested in, opportunities for improvement and collaboration, changes in supply chain risk, and feedback from the supplier on how to improve the relationship. Nobody ever asked the supplier that. So supplier segmentation, this is the Kralik matrix. Strategic value of the supplier and resource investment are typically used factors for segmentation. So only with the strategic suppliers, I disagree with that. You can go bottleneck and leverage if you want to. And then we'll cover supplier segmentation tomorrow. It's just the Kralik matrix. Scheduling criteria, frequency of the review depends on the nature. Generally, annual reviews are sufficient in rapidly changing competitive business environment. Quarterly reviews may be needed, and semi-annual reviews may be appropriate for bottleneck or leverage type suppliers. Participation, focus should be on strategic issues. Senior managers should attend, especially if you're getting them here. You want your director at least, if not Howard. This shows commitment to the relationship. Key internal stakeholders from both sides should also attend, which is the engineering materials. We don't usually do that. I mean, if engineering wanted to, and they want to put on a tie or dress up in a business suit, then, I'd let them. A suggestion is that buying organization and supplier alternate hosting reviews. Yeah, no. I'm a firm believer that you host them. Have the supplier come to us. Puts organizations on more of an equal footing, and this allows stakeholders who cannot travel an opportunity to participate. So those are pretty weak reasons for doing it. But remember, ISM thinks you should alternate between your location and the suppliers. Business review documentation, you need an agenda, supplier scorecard, notes, list of actions with due dates, and KPIs, which goes to the scorecard. Then review the key metrics that supply management supports, then create KPIs that will meet the goals of supply management's key customers. So find out what your director's goals are and make metrics you can measure to meet those for the supplier. Determine the key metrics that will ensure attainment of the department's company's missions and goals. Performance management systems. Many systems are used, but it requires buy-in from management and employee accountabilities. Value stream mapping, our QA guys can do that. Transform a material that's traced from beginning to end. You really need to have some training in it. And like I said, most of the QA guys can do it. Balanced scorecard, setting up a monthly or quarterly review, and then monitor progress. I would do no more often than quarterly. Can be either internally for the department or externally. So ISM says, especially if you're on indirect and you're working for HR doing stuff, you could make a scorecard for HR to score purchasing. Most of the time, the scorecards are external for the supplier, though. Balanced scorecard is a performance metric used to identify and improve and control various functions. Key indicators tell whether you're accomplishing your goals, allows companies to pool information in a single report. Scores that are below standard institute a corrective action process, which we'll cover in a minute. Balanced scorecard should keep KPIs for all internal stakeholders to measure against goals. So if this is what the balanced scorecards, this is some versions of them. So they got quality, innovation, delivery, and financial. So and all of them got objectives, measures, targets, and initiatives. Here's another one. This is a food manufacturer, financial, operational excellence, innovation, customer satisfaction. And here's everybody's favorite, PACCAR SPM. This is only the 2/3 of it. But, desired engineering behaviors, design-related cost out, performance requested delivery, and then these are the PPD measures, and here's how you score them. So the corrective action process, let's see if we got any here. This one's aftermarket shipping infractions. That would get an on-time shipment. Those would get corrective actions because they're well below where we want them. So taking a process that's veered off planned course back on track. Process requires identification of a root cause and actions that can be taken to mitigate, also known as countermeasures. So you often heard the term CAR. We don't use it. We use fracas, I think, which, it's like, how come we can't use the industry term? Well, we're PACCAR. Corrective action reports must be prioritized using a cost-benefit analysis. So the ones that give you the biggest benefit for the lowest cost are the ones you do first. Used in this instance to increase the performance of the KPI on a balanced scorecard. Buyer must determine why they're not attaining a certain level of KPI. What's the root cause? Then the supplier must produce a plan to correct the deficiency. So here is from your SPM files is a project plan. You notice it's got different tabs. These are for the different SPM categories, or KPIs. And all they're doing is description, win, resource, complete, next action. It's pretty simple stuff. Owner, impact. That's all you really need when you're talking with suppliers for project plans. So, method we prefer is known as the 8D method. The D comes from disciplines, or the 8 disciplines. First appeared in 1987, their problem-solving manual. It's a tool that stood the test of time, becoming the main problem-solving tool used at Ford today. It's called the Global 8D there. The 8 disciplines are, and of course, we can't just have 8, we got to have 9 because to add to 0. Plan, form your team, define the problem, do a Gemba walk, go see, ask why, show respect. Contain the problem, temporary containment minimizes the impact, then identify the root cause. Methods for identifying root cause are the 5 whys, the fishbone, Pareto analysis. Then the 5th discipline is analyze and select corrective actions. What's the best long-term solution? You can do some brainstorming, use some affinity diagrams. And all an affinity diagram is the yellow sticky note that you put the idea on and stick it up the wall and then group them together. Implement and validate corrective actions. If the problem has multiple dimensions, perform steps 4 through 6, which is here, identify root cause, until you can verify your corrective actions. So you keep looping back until you verify corrective actions. Implement preventive actions, apply lessons learned, and 8 is recognize your team. So that is the D8. This is PACCAR's form. So the supplier delivery uses this to get the suppliers. It's like, how come we're not getting our parts? And it looks like this. This is the actual form here. And it's a good plan. If the supplier is not performing on some aspect, whip this to them. Say, here, go fill this out. Come back and see me. All right. What is the primary reason for having regular business reviews with the supply base? Any ideas? Well, I would fall back on my tried and true methodology. I would go with the longest answer. Anybody else got any other ideas?
B.
Yeah, that's what I would take. Covers the most ground. Oh, it's D. Okay. Strengthen the business relationship and have collaboration. Yeah, okay. What's wrong with C? Incorrect, because this is secondary reason for having business reviews. There are a number of ways.
Those answers were lining
Yeah,
up
that's
with what we
different.
had.
Yeah, the question is the same, but the answers are different, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. So we're going to go with C then still. All right. Luke Brown is a category manager for Acme. He is preparing for a supplier business review with one of his strategic suppliers, AFAB Inc. And AFAB stands for anything for a buck. AFAB has fallen below standards for the on-time delivery percentage on their balanced scorecard. And Luke wants to have a detailed conversation with AFAB's senior management about the delivery issue and their plans to fix it at the business review. What should Luke have AFAB do prior to the meeting in order to have a substantial discussion about on-time delivery? Any guesses?
B.
Yeah, I'd go with the AD. Let's see if this question is in here correctly. B it is. All right, there's 5 questions out there. Raise your hand when you get done. Otherwise, we'll go over answers at 2:25. But we should get done before that. Okay, let's go over some answers here. Now remember, during the actual test, your pace has got to be a question a minute. That's how much time they'll give you. What am I looking for? This. All right. Number one is alpha. The main reason for having business review meeting, supply base, is strengthen the relationship and enhance collaboration. 2 is bravo. You want senior management and key internal stakeholders. 3 is also bravo. Alexandra will need an agenda and a supplier scorecard to start the meeting. She will also have completed meeting notes and a list of actions by the end. 4 is Charlie. The BSC key performance indicators tell you whether you're accomplishing your goals or not. That's the balanced scorecard. And 5 is Delta. 8D is a corrective action form that will require ABC to examine the root cause of the problem and put in countermeasures to stop the late shipments. Any questions? All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll have some more fun stuff for you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, you're